Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you're all doing well and you're getting ready for the end of the year. So 2020 has been quite an eventful year, both IRL and in gaming. A lot has happened. With this video I wanted to capture some of the highs and lows of this year, specifically in regards to Warframe. We're going to talk about changes, updates, nerfs, ideas and a whole lot more. But first, thank you all for your insane support and the love you show me over the last couple of weeks. Special thanks go out to a bunch of people of which the list is just too long to capture, but you know who you are. Thank you. So yeah, if you're new here, hi, my name is Swag and I still make random videos on Warframe. If you like it here and want to support me, hit that like button and subscribe. We're super close to that 200 subscriber goal and it will be insane to hit that before the end of the year. Alright, disclaimer. I'm going to cover quite a few topics, so sit down, relax and grab a cup of coffee. Let's get into the state of Warframe in 2020. Let's first look at the updates beginning at the start of the year and cover them quickly. Number 1, the Empyrean, or Railjack. Release date December 2019. Yeah, I know it was released mid-December last year. However, Railjack didn't get to be what it is until later in 2020, so we're covering it now. With the introduction of our huge warships, we finally got the fight in space and ward off anyone who dared to oppose us. Although it was considered an absolute grindfest, which at the start it was, there is still a lot to learn and obtain from this game mode. Personally, I like the vision Digital Extremes had with this update, although in my opinion, they overestimated themselves and released something that did not resemble what they promised. In the end, Railjack has become another content island instead of tying the open worlds together. Number 2, Kuva Lich updates. We get a bunch of new weapons, like the Kuva Nukor and the Kuva Brahma. Both were immediately put into the top 3 lists of almost every player as they were insanely overpowered. Especially the Kuva Brahma. The explosive bow that costs a lot of players sore eyes due to the immense amount of particles when shot by a mirage has since been nerfed fairly hard and isn't seen as much anymore. Now in my opinion, the Kuva Brahma was rightfully nerfed as it was simply too strong and we couldn't really justify a need for a weapon this powerful. We could go over, nerf all the fun stuff, but I mean, come on. It was insane. Number 3, the 7th anniversary. 2020 marks the 7th year that Warframe exists for the public. This event was rewarded with Dex cosmetics, 2 weapons and a Lisette skin. There was also a limited run on some merch, and we can now view the most memorable moments of each year on a separate page. Next up, Scarlet Spear. This event was released in March of 2020 and was supposed to be the start of the new war. A few cinematics were released along with a quote-unquote new style of mission. Players had to fend off a sentient flotilla that threatened to destroy everything. On the Earth, players would have to ward off sentients and kill Chondric sentients to obtain kill codes, which were then uploaded to the space teams. In space, players had to tow a satellite near the sentient Murex ships in order to receive the kill codes. Once on the sentient Murex ships, players had to drop down uplinks and defend them from sentients to upload those kill codes and destroy the ships. A relay was changed visually to house a holographic version of the Murex ships, and a ton of rewards could be obtained from the Scarlet credits received upon completing the missions. Specifically, arcanes were very sought after, and Scarlet Spear single-handedly made a lot of the most expensive arcanes drop in price drastically. Number 5, Deadlock Protocol. A Corpus Fiesta. Quite literally. This update scored a Corpus ship rework, gave us more insight on the origins of the Corpus, and introduced us to their leader. The update introduced a few new weapons, the Warframe Protea, a short but well-received quest, and some nice cosmetics. Along with a bunch of new captura scenes which had the new lighting and shadow changes. They do look actually very nice. I like them quite a lot. Now among these weapons was the Zoris, or Xorius, a glaive that would keep its combo counter up indefinitely. This made for some fairly cheeky builds, specifically for Korra and Baruch, or any frame with an exalted weapon, Needless to say though, the Xorius was nerfed afterwards and quickly declined in popularity. RIP Xorius. Number 6, the Steel Path. In July, the Steel Path was introduced to Warframe, a game mode that boasts animal levels. A game mode that boasts enemy levels over 100 right from the start, along with higher armor, shield and health values. After what feels like an eternity of asking for it, players finally got a quote-unquote hard mode. Unfortunately, Digital Extremes left out scaling rewards and just slapped on more already existing resources. In some cases, this is really useful, for example, polymer bundles. For many players, this just wasn't enough, and they didn't feel rewarded at all. In addition to the normal rewards, players could obtain Steel Essence and purchase rewards from Teshin, which included a new Operator Armor set, 2 ephemeras, 10,000 kuva packs, random relic packs, and a Stance Former blueprint. With Warframe players being Warframe players, a new meta was quickly found and players were gaining insane amounts of resources, leading to automated trade bans by Digital Extremes cheat detection software. This led to a lot of controversial conversations and a lot of rightfully angry players, but more to this later. Number 7. The Hydroid Prime trailer. After the Steel Path, Hydroid Prime finally got his trailer, ignoring the fact that in April, 5 months before, Relentless Zen, Ludens and Valon made a trailer that completely smashed whatever DE thought of ever releasing. Finally, the meme has come to an end. Coming up to number 8, Heart of Daimos. Sporting a new open world, introducing a new community-made frame Jaku, Necromex, ISO vaults, new weapons, enemies, and a short quest that offered a new style of storytelling. Expectations for this update were high. Yet, sadly, a lot of players felt that Daimos had a lackluster execution and the start was very buggy. The update also showed that Digital Extremes basically used Cetus and Fortuna as a template for open worlds. Like Railjack, Daimos is just another content island right now, with no connection to the actual world of Warframe. I won't cover the sad story that is Jaku, because it would take up way too much time. Number 9. Night of Nabarus. Around Halloween, DE introduced the Night of Nabarus, a small event that included a lot of skins and also some rewards from the Plague Star event. Plague Star was cancelled this year, and it is unclear if and when it will return. After the Night of Nabarus, a new update was released, codename Daimos Arcana. The new Necromech Bone Widow was introduced, along with some new enemies and new ISO Vault missions. A lot of new weapons got introduced, with infested kit guns being added to the game as well. This update wasn't much of an update really, but rather an extension to the Heart of Daimos, basically releasing the rest of Daimos under a new coat of paint. Number 11. Changes to Steel Path. With number 11, we enter a field of pain. Steel Path change was an update that got a lot of hate. Digital Extremes nerfed the way we could obtain Steel Essence and added a weekly rotating reward to Teshin's reward pool. Unfortunately, the changes were drastic and basically killed any form of Steel Essence endurance farming. Among those changes, Acolytes were introduced as mini-bosses during Steel Path missions, and new dailies were added to at least grant the players some way of obtaining Steel Essence. In my opinion, this was the complete wrong reaction, and the reason given, namely AFK macro farm abuse, was too weak to even stand ground for a second. Korra also received a small quote-unquote nerf that garnered tons of controversial videos, since the change was basically hidden behind a ton of other changes. Despite multiple suggestions, the changes remain the same, and it is therefore not really worth farming Steel Essence anymore, unless you really want the cosmetics. Number 12. Warframe goes Epic Games. A week ago, Warframe entered the Epic Games launcher and released a set of new skins for a few guns along that entry. While players on the forum and multiple discords met this achievement with reserved opinions, I think it's a great opportunity to gain new players and make Warframe more accessible. Coming into present time with number 13, Orfix Venom. The new event introduced in December. This event introduces the new Alchemist Warframe Lavos, a new shotgun, a bunch of new sentient enemies, and of course, a new temporary mission type. Players have to fight off a reappearance of the sentient flotilla. However, this time, the sentients know how to deactivate our Warframes. This forces us to resort back to Father's Necromex in order to ensure we don't get destroyed. More to how to play this event and what to do in my latest video. Just click the card on the top right or find the link in the description box below. The event sports the same rewards as Scarlet Spear, but with some added flair. In my opinion, this event offers tons of fun, a new approach to how Warframe works and can be played, The event lasts till January, so make sure to update your game and join your fellow Tenno in the fight against the Sentients. Alright, that was a lot. But wait, there is actually more. Now we come to the section of promised shit we didn't get. First off, the new war. We were promised an actual war, with trailer and all. This got players super excited at TennoCon 2019, and as of right now, all we got was some snippets during Scarlet Spear, despite being promised for winter 2019. Squad Link. Seriously. This grasped my interest, because it would connect Railjack missions with open world missions, and finally offer some real-time consequences and interaction with fellow Tenno all over the star chart. Unfortunately though, we got fuck all, and are still waiting for this feature. The Duveri Paradox marks the last part of this section. While no release date was promised this time, we haven't received any real update on the status of it since the trailer was shown. I for my part would love to see at least a small portion of an update on this insane concept. Now there's a lot more where that came from. DE has overpromised for months on end, but I just wanted to name the main points that came to my mind. But enough shitting on DE. We finally get to the part where I'm going to praise the developers that brought us this game we like to compare to a turd so much. Throughout the year, DE has given their all in terms of connecting to their community. Even though not everyone has been heard, and there's still tons of controversy around creators, just the sheer amount of dev streams are insane. Not even mentioning Twitter, where not only the community support is extremely active, but also the people behind the sound, coding, graphics, etc. It has been a joy to follow each and every one of you this year, and I hope to see more of that next year. Now from experience, I have never seen a developer that is willing to communicate with their players as much as Digital Extremes, and I do commend them for doing this. To part 2 of this. With the newest update, Digital Extremes seems to have finally understood what Warframe has become and is willing to double down and release content around this. Hopefully this is really the case and we get to see Warframe elevate itself from the past few years to become greater than it has ever been. And now it's time for a verdict. Is it worth downloading, playing, and investing time into Warframe? Definitely. Warframe is an amazing experience and offers a unique universe worth diving into. Learning how to play this game will offer hours upon hours of fun, and there's tons to do for new players. I will still recommend this game to anyone who is looking for a game where they can destroy their enemies while jumping around like fashionable spider monkeys.
Monkey.
That wraps up this video. If you liked it, do leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this. This will be my last video for 2020, so I wish you all a happy holiday season, stay safe, and have a good start into the new year. Swag out. Later.